On Sunday, we had from John's Gospel that famous I am of Jesus. I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. Way, truth, life. Truth is a strange one. It's actually a term that Jesus uses several times, particularly in John's Gospel. A few chapters after this event, I am the way, truth and life, we have Jesus standing before Pilate awaiting sentencing. The Sanhedrin had dragged him there on false charges. Pilate was sitting in judgment to pronounce what eventually would be the punishment of this man, this Jesus. And it is then that Jesus says, I am truth. And we hear from Pilate that question that has rung out for 2,000 years. What is truth? From Pilate, a judge, a Roman judge, who was probably used to corruption and being bribed, he turns to Jesus and says, what is truth? You can almost hear the cynicism and the disdain dripping from his voice. In chapter 8, Jesus had said of his followers, it is the truth, real truth, that will set you free. But free from what? What is the truth that Jesus is wanting us to know to set us free from what? First of all, he wants us to be set free from the fear of death. The fear that when our bodies physically die, that life has ended. And he came to say, no, I am life. I can give you life eternal through faith in me. But what else does he want to set us free from? He wants to set us free from being bound to materialism, the pursuit of wealth above all else. Materialism, objects, things that seem so important. And he's saying, they're not. How many times in the Gospels do we see Jesus saying to rich people, go sell what you've got and give the money to the poor? It's binding you. Your money, your wealth, your positions, they're binding you and holding you back. Let it go. But Jesus is also saying to us, let go of what binds you and oppresses you from your past. We are all the product of our past, good and bad. The happy times, the painful times, they all shape who we are and our character. Sometimes the more negative moments, though, get under the skin. They stay with us and they continue to shape us and hold us. As a volunteer hospital chaplain, I'm very privileged to be able to go in onto the wards and sit at people's sides and listen to whatever it is they want to share. Before COVID, I was with an elderly lady, well into her 90s, and she was stuck in the past. She was stuck in a moment decades and decades before, when she'd had a terrible row with her daughter. And since then, they'd never spoken, they'd never met. And that was nearly 40 years ago. She knew her life was coming to its physical end, and she so wanted to put it right. But she'd waited over 40 years, and now it seemed to her to be almost impossible to go back and put it right. For 40 years, she'd carried the burden and the pain and the hurt and the anger of that moment. We are people of our past. We are the product of our past. But we don't have to let the past continue to hold us back from being what Jesus wants us to be. I am the way. I'm the way to the Father. I'm the way to show you to have a fuller, richer, more fulfilling life. I am the truth. You can trust my words because Jesus says, I don't lie. I've never lied and I will never lie to you. I am the life. I am the life that will set you free to live abundantly and fulfilled, the life I know you are capable of having, but you must let go of the things that hold you. If there is anything that holds you, I simply say, take it to Jesus. Share it with Jesus. Your pain and your anger, however justified it feels, take it to Jesus. and let him help you put it down and move on his way, listening to his truth and receiving his life. Amen.